Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to simplify problems that involve raising a complex number to a power. All right, actually, this skill will help you actually walk backwards to learning how to find the complex roots of quadratic equations, cubic equations, and so on and so forth. All right, let's go ahead and then get started with this. Okay. So with what I have here, I am going to find z squared and z to the third power if z is given by this. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So let me start with z squared. So since z is given by 1 over 2 and square root over 3 over 2i, it therefore means that I can find z squared to be 1 over 2 plus square root of 3 over 2i to the second power. Okay, so I'm just going to multiply z to itself or by itself. So it'll be 1 over 2 plus square root of 3 over 2i times another 1 over 2 plus square root of 3 over 2i. This is how you find the squares of numbers. For example, like if I have x to the squared, what does that mean? It means x times x, right? So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just multiplying the number by itself. So here I am now going to start distributing. So first thing I'm going to do is take this 1/2 and distribute that across. And when I'm done, and I will take that, distribute across, and then I'll do the same by distributing. Let me change to a different color so I can show what I'm doing. Then I'll take this, distribute this across, and also distribute across here. Okay, this is what I'm doing. So let's get started with the red parts. Okay, so 1/2 times 1/2 would give 1/4. Yes, and then 1/2 times square root of 3 divided by 2i will be square root of 3 over 4i. Because what I'm doing here is I'm just multiplying uh, the denominator here by the denominator, which gave 4. And I'm just doing 1 times the square root of 3, and that's square root of 3. And then the I just goes in. All right, so the blue parts will be, let's go with the blue parts. Let's see what I got for the blue parts. Blue parts, I'm going to do square root of 3 over 2i times 1/2. So what I'm going to do here is multiply 2 times 2 first to get the denominator, which is 4. And square root of 3 times 1 will be square root of 3. And I'll just throw in my I, okay, just I right here. All right, next I'm going to multiply square root of 3 times square root of 3, which is going to be square root of 9, right? And I'm going to do 2 times 2, and that's going to give 4. And I'm going to do I times I times I will give I to the second power. So this is what I get so far. So, okay, so if I just keep going, I get 1 over 4. So dropping this down, so but I can combine these two, right? Because this is like fraction, so I can just add and just make one denominator for that, which is 4. And I'm going to add square root of 3i plus square root of 3i on top. Square root of 3i plus square root of 3i. Then I move to the next. I'm going to have plus square root of 9 is 3 over 4. And we know that I squared is -1, which we have seen previously. All right, so I squared is always equal to -1. You gotta take note of that. Don't forget this fact. All right, so now what I'm going to do here is to keep simplifying. All right, so it's going to give 1 over 4 plus, in order to add this 2 here, I'm having, let me just show you what I'm doing here. So I have square root of 3i plus square root of 3i. So square root of 3i plus square root of 3i means like you have 2 copies of this, okay? 2 copies. So that will be 2 square root of 3i. So there are 2 of them. 1, 2. That will be 2 square root of 3i's. So there are 2 of them. So make sure you can uh, look at that and see what I did. All right, 4. Okay, but then I have 3 times -1. It would just be -3 over 4. All right, this is what I get so far. So I think I can just simplify these two guys. Yes, so that's just well, 1 over 4 minus 3/4. These are like fractions, yes, and which just means 1 minus 3 over 4, yes. So then plus, again, I have 2 and 4. I can actually just reduce the fraction. 2 and 4 is 2 and 1. All right, so that means 1/2 of square root of 3i. So which I can just write as 1/2 of square root of 3i. Yes, if I wanted to. Again, I can do it differently, okay? And just write square root of 3 over 2. I can do that, okay? Let's go ahead, square root of 3 over 2. All right, so here, that gives me negative 2 over 4, right? And we know that negative 2 over 4 is just negative 1/2. So let's just go ahead and write negative 1/2. Yes. So negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 plus square root of 3 over 2i. So this is what I get so far for the first part when I look for z squared. So this is exactly what z squared is given. So notice that you have z squared, z squared, z squared equal to all of that. All right, that's the first part. So the second part here is to now multiply this result, okay, by another z. So let's look at z to the third again. So what I mean, you have z to the third. Let me do green now. So z to the third power will be what you got for z squared, okay, times another z, because z to the third power means z squared times z, okay? And we just found z squared right here. See? So that result is what we need now. So in order to finish it off, we'll just go ahead and collect what we have here, and that would go in for z squared. So that will be negative 1/2 plus square root of 3 over 2i. And we're going to multiply that to z, and we know what z means, okay? So because we're given the value of z already, which is still here, we're going to multiply that to 1/2 plus square root of 3 over 2 times I. All right, again, to do this, we'll just do piece by piece, okay? So one after the other. So I'm going to do 1/2 times 1/2, which is going to be negative 1/2 times 1/2 is negative 1/4. I mean, to say. So negative 1/2 times this result here will be negative square root of 3 over 4, because we have to multiply the denominators, yes? Okay, and then because of the I, we just attach the I next to that. Next, we're going to do this. Square root of 3 over 2i times 1/2 will just be square root of 3 over 4. Yes, then I with that. Okay. And next we're going to go with this. So it will be square root of 3 times square root of 3. Again, that will be square root of 9 divided by, and then we'll multiply the denominators. We get 4. And then when we multiply I times I, we get I to the second power. So let's keep simplifying here. We get negative 1/4. Yes. And then we'll come to this part here. They're exactly opposites of each other. So they will just zero themselves out. Yes. And then we're just going to have square root of 9, which is 3. Then we'll have over 4. We know that I to the second power is, again, negative 1, as we've seen here. Okay, so meaning that we're going to get negative 1 over 4, then minus 3 over 4. Negative 1/4 minus 3 over 4. Again, we have the same denominator, so we're just going to keep 1 and just do negative 1 minus 3, which will be negative 4 over 4. And this gives us negative 1. This is very nice. So I like this. Okay, so this will be how you will do this problem. Again, stay tuned and we'll do another one. All right, bye for now.